What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We've got day number 107 for you, chest day. It is going to be a good day today. We've got, obviously, you know what it is, 1 minute with God, and we are on, I think today is the second or the third or something? Third, it's the third. So we're on February 3rd, and we've missed a couple of days here. I went out of town this past weekend, so, we kind of missed a few days of what we would have been doing. So, yeah, and I just got videos for, deadlifts and arms and whatnot for social medias. So I wasn't filming, stuff like that. But we did a 500-pound deadlift this weekend. So we are close to getting to the 3 numbers that I want before I turn 23. So we got a 315 bench, we've got a 500 deadlift, and I want a 405 squat. We did 385, as you guys know. So we're 20 pounds off from that. And I want to hit all those goals before I turn 23. That's just the goal. But yeah, so today's lesson is on heart. What kind of heart does God desire for me? God is far more concerned about the condition of our hearts than he is with our external behavior. For our behavior always flows from our hearts and not the other way around. When our motives are selfish or impure, it is only a matter of time until our actions are also selfish and impure. To have the kind of heart God desires, you must first sincerely desire a relationship with him. This comes through determination to live with integrity, to be humble, to obey God's word, and to love and serve others. If your motives are good and you are really trying to do this, then God is pleased with your heart. He's not asking for perfection, just sincere effort. So God's response to the question: I know, my God, that you examine our hearts and rejoice when you find integrity there. 1 Chronicles 29:17. You desire honestly from the heart, so you can teach me to be wise in my inmost being. Create in me a clean heart, O God. Renew a right spirit within me. Psalms 51:6-10. God's promise: I will give them singleness of heart and put a new spirit within them. I will take away their hearts of stone and give them tender hearts instead. So they will obey my laws and regulations. Then they will truly be my people, and I will be their God. Ezekiel 11:19-20. So what does this mean? So basically, what kind of heart does God desire from me? It's God is aiming for your heart. He wants your heart to be, tender and with pure intentions and, integrity, humbleness. And, if your intentions are impure, that will show in the actions that you take, in your outward actions. So he's not necessarily concerned with, your behaviors. He's more concerned with your heart because, from your heart comes your outward actions. And then it's not the other way around, like it said. So, how do I have a pure heart? How do I make a pure heart? It's just being good, loving God with your heart, soul, and mind, and, just giving your life to him and telling him, asking him, God, please give me a heart of, not of stone, but a heart of gold, and, your actions will reflect such when you are starting to battle with sin instead of accepting it and saying, oh, Jesus died for me to sin, instead of Jesus died for me not to sin, stuff like that. I think it all boils down to just what your intentions are. You'll understand this when, say, there's a girl that you like or something like that, and your intentions with her are impure. You want to just get in bed with her. You want to just do that with her. Those are impure intentions. Your heart is of stone. But if you're, say, we'll flip that and say, oh, well, this girl is beautiful. I want to marry her. I want to be with her. Stuff like that. Those are pure intentions. And this is, I think, a little bit harder of a lesson today, to be honest, because how do I make my heart of stone into a heart of gold? That's a very difficult question to answer because I don't know the answer to that. Only God knows the answer to that. And if you take that up with him, I think that's how, you do change your heart, is when you start to love God and have that relationship and build that relationship with him, the more your heart turns into a tender, heart with integrity and humbleness and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to give you the answer for that, but I think the answer is in building that relationship with God. That's just my opinion. So, yeah, let's get into the workout. Chest day, you guys know what we do already. I've been thinking about switching my split up a little bit here because I think I get a little bit more volume in the legs. So I might do a 6-day split and just do two leg days. But yeah, we'll kind of see. We'll play it by ear here. I love my workout split right now, and I really don't want to change it. So we're gonna go with it until I feel like it's a necessity to change it. But yeah, let's just get inside. I got my pre-workout here. You know what it is: Woke AF, Pump Squared, and the creatine monohydrate. So yeah, let's just get inside. Cheers, you guys. Cheers. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my pre-workout, but a lot of you ask, what camera setup I have to get the good quality videos that I have. So I could use a Sony ZV-E10 as the body camera, as a 4K video camera. Very, very very basic, very easy for beginners to learn and understand. That is why I got this, and it gives out really good quality. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. And then I also have a Tamron. What you're seeing right now is a Tamron 17 to 70 millimeter lens, because of the versatility that it offers. I get a very nice wide angle, and then I can also get very, very much up close. I'll kind of show you. Get really up close, right? So I like the versatility with this because I do a lot of different shots for social media, and me being able to just have one lens that's going to do everything, basically everything that I need, is very, very crucial. But I also have a Sigma 30 millimeter lens, f1.4, I'm pretty sure, yeah, f1.4, for low light scenarios. A lot of times when I do social media filming, I will film in the night, so I need a good low light camera, and that is a very good low light camera in my opinion. The 30 millimeter it's a strict, I think it's called a prime lens or whatever it's called, but there's no like zoom range or anything like that, so this is very not versatile at all. It's just one 30 millimeter length, and yeah, I think it's very good. It's a very good lens, very sharp, very clean, gives very good images. But I like to, again, that's why I got the Tamron as well, is because of the versatility for that. So I have a low light and versatility lens, and then obviously you got the kit lens that comes with it. But I think if you're just starting out, it's a very, very, very good camera, very affordable. It's like $700 right now. Very, very affordable, very good. Cameras can run up to, like a Sony FX3, which is what I'm looking at next, is going to be $3,400. So, I mean, for what you get out of the camera and what you can produce for the price, I think it's very good. So, enough of me yapping about cameras. I'll probably make a whole separate video of that, showing you the gear and whatnot. But let's just get inside. We're going to get on the bench press. You already know what it is. I will see you guys inside. I'm going to try for 5 today, I think. But then again, if we can get a set of 4, I'm just going to be happy with it. But, you know, we do what we can. So, I'm gonna do 2 sets of 4 here, and if I can get 5, I'm gonna be really fucking happy with it. So, maybe we might even try to go for another PR before I turn 23. We'll get to that point when we get there. But we're gonna get in the headspace and get after it.
You know, the glass is always half full. Whenever you look at anything, you can either find the positive or find the negative. And you know, you'll be so much happier and you'll enjoy life so much more when you're being positive and you're looking for the positive.
Keep fucking pushing forward and keep doing it, you know. I made a decision, I'm sticking to my decision. That's all there is to it.
Like I said, we're gonna be happy with 4. It's fine. Had a shitty weekend of eating because I was out of town, so I mean, I'm gonna be happy with that. I got one more set in that, and then we'll move it on. The regular scheduled programming. All right, we're missing an exercise today. The cables that we do the incline fly-ish press movement, they're too close to the bench in front of it because they're doing renovating to do a separate part of the building. So we're gonna just scratch that, go here, and then incline, either dumbbell or Smith machine, probably Smith machine. But yeah, so it's gonna be hard work here. But basically, I want you guys to notice that when I come down, my arms are bending, right? But when I come up, I'm gonna straighten those arms. It makes the movement much harder, and you know, you just get a lot more of that middle chest instead of, you know, if I were to bring it here, I'm missing a little bit of that. And you can kind of see that if I do this and this, you can see the difference. But just notice when I do my reps that I'm bending the elbows at the very bottom, getting a deep stretch, and then as I bring it up, I'm gonna straighten those arms out. So you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here, but I don't know the rep range. We're gonna just do a heavy weight, go for as many reps as we can, basically.
Down, 10, 9, hit the heart, down, charge. Come sempre respira, stiamo
We got one more set there. Then we move on to the incline. See you guys over there though. All right. So we got 2 plates and a 10 on there. So whatever that equivalates to on the Smith machine, don't really know, don't really care. But rep range is gonna be 4 to 6. And that's about all I got really. Just work hard.
The sets are hard when you mentally have to be fully prepared for a warm-up. It's immensely heavy. You have to stay so tight. And even just after these warm-ups, I get off it and I'm like, I feel that whole pressure through my body. I don't know how Ronnie did it. I really don't. I don't know how he was as strong as he was at the volume he did. I can see the getting as strong as he was. 100%. That's
Fell in 6, we'll take it. Those last 2 reps do more for me than the first 4. So, just want you to understand that. That's all it is, really. We're gonna move to the dip machine, and then I think I'm gonna do high to low cable flies, and then we're gonna do that flat chest press machine. Get out of here all the day. So, see you guys over there. So, per usual, I'm gonna lean forward, do that little bit extra activation in the lower chest, and we got 250 on the rack. Usually do 200, but pretty simple stuff.
Fatigues right now, 0, non-existent. I don't give a fuck. What I give a fuck about is what just like the deadlift. Don't give me any chances to do this. That was heavy.
Everybody want to be a bodybuilder, but don't nobody want to lift no heavy ass weight. I believe training to be the be-all and end-all of a bodybuilder. And after training for such a long period of time,
It's pretty simple, but we're gonna move from here to that high to low cable flies, or that machine that I usually do for the side delts. Just depends. I think we might do the machine, but we'll do that and then finish it off on the flat chest press machine. And that's gonna complete the day. But I'll see you guys there. Chest is super pumped right now. But we're gonna go from here to the flat chest press machine. You guys already know, but I like this. So I like the cables because I can come from behind and I really get that nice, lower chest contraction. But here, sometimes I like to switch it up, and this is more, in my opinion, a fly than it is a press when I do the cables. The way that I do the cables is more of a press, in my opinion. This is more of that fly motion. So, and again, machines, strict path of movement. That's kind of why I like to do them. Yeah. So let's just get to it. We've got 80 kilograms on here. So I don't know what the rep range is, but we're gonna figure it out.
If you give up on your dreams, what do you have left? Nothing.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood. You're still too weak. You don't have enough hate.
Feels super good. We got one more set there, then we're gonna move on and do the finisher. That's gonna be it on the day. Let's get to it. So, rep range 4 to 8. We'll see. My chest is exhausted, pumped. So it really just depends on what we got left, really. But everything left that we have is going to be put into this right here. So get to it.
Interlinked. You feel that there's a part of you that's missing? Interlinked.
Interlinked.
Within cells, interlinked.
Within cells.
I always felt like I was different. Like I didn't really fit in. Some people got something inside them. Burning. This is my passion. This is my
Yeah. Definitely knew that was a 4 to 8, so, but we failed on the 5th. I'm not mad about it because we are utterly exhausted here. So, one more set, and then you're good. You're good. You're good. You can walk in front of it. One more set, and then I'll see you guys in the posing room. But let's move out of here. If you can hear that upstairs, that is people doing cardio. It's right above me, so you'll hear a bunch of doom, doom, doom. That's cardio. So that's gonna do it, you guys. Day number 107. Pretty gruesome day. Loved it. We're gonna get straight into the posing. I'm pretty hungry. I did not eat pretty well this past weekend because I was out of town, so I didn't have all my stuff that I usually do. My fault, nobody else's. But so we're gonna get into it. Go eat. But yeah, let's just get straight into the posing. So, like we always do, we're gonna do a flexed, unflexed, move through the posing routine. And if you are new here, the reason that I do a flexed and unflexed is because I want you guys to see the reality of bodybuilding, natural bodybuilding especially. You're not gonna look, you know, when people post themselves on social media, they want the best lighting, the best camera, the best, you know, situation possible, and they know how to pose, they know how to flex, whatever it is. So I want you guys to understand that you're not gonna look like that 100% of the time. Unless you're taking gear, that's just really relatively unachievable, unless you're stage dick skin shredded. And, you know, I just want to show you guys this so you're not comparing yourself with people online and saying, oh, I can't get like that. Like, they're not like that. They really aren't. You know, they're only going to show you the best lighting with the best filters, you know, the best editing, whatever it is. They're not going to show you the reality. So this is the reality. I want you guys to understand this as you know, step yourself into the gym and into bodybuilding. You're not going to look 100% of the time. So let's get through it. Unflex first. My chest is very, very pumped, so take that into account before you start saying, oh, he's got a really good chest, a really developed chest. My chest is very pumped, so let's get through it. I do want you guys to understand though, I'm very, very, very pleased with how my physique is coming together. So abs are gonna come in first, starting to lose the definition more and more. And we're gonna roll those shoulders forward, and then I'm going to bring my arms in, just like that. And that's the full package. Feeling full, feeling good.
Even over his own will. On your feet, Dad. You're not done yet. In case you've forgotten, you have your own reasons for coming. You are the one that deserved to die. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Please.
So you guys, that's gonna do it on day number 107 of the bulk. Like I said multiple times, you guys are gonna ask, why is it taking so long? Because I'm building lean muscle. I don't wanna just put on a bunch of fat that I'm eventually gonna have to take off in the long run. So if I can pack on as much lean muscle as I possibly can, it's gonna allow me to step on stage at a much fuller weight, you know, and just, yeah, that's about it. So my advice on the day is, if you're not willing to sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. And you know, the reason that I'm in the position that I'm in today is because I was willing to sacrifice for what I wanted. I was willing to throw away everything that I liked to do, you know, a lot of things that allowed me to escape and bring myself back to reality. Because I don't want you guys to sit here and think, oh, he talks about the Bible, he does this, he does that, like, he's a good guy, he's a perfect guy. I am the opposite of a perfect guy. I used to be addicted to weed for 7 to 8 years of my life. I'm only 22. 7 to 8 years of my life, I was addicted to weed, I was addicted to nicotine. I went to parties, I did the girls thing, all I was focused on was getting to the weekend to get with girls and do this and that. I was focused on, partying every single weekend, and I always knew that I was meant for something more, but yet I was not willing to sacrifice for what I wanted. So what I wanted started to become the sacrifice. So I sat down with myself one day, and, I'm not going to say that I changed myself and I did this myself. It was God who really did this for me, and there were times in my life where I didn't know where I was going, and I kept going down the wrong path, and God threw a couple of challenges at me, and a year and a half ago, something happened. I'm not going to explain it now, but something happened to where I was in a really, really, really bad place, and I spent my whole entire summer not drinking, getting in the Word, being really good, and right when my roommates came back in for college for my senior year, I told myself I wasn't going to drink, went against what I said I was going to do. Something really bad happened to me, and it just allowed me to change my ways, allowed me to sit in the mirror and say, look, man, that's it, that's enough. So I stopped drinking, I started to wean off of the, smoking and stuff like that. And then when I graduated college, I stopped everything. I didn't go to parties, I didn't drink, I didn't, smoke, I didn't vape, I didn't do anything like that anymore. So I started to sacrifice for what I wanted, and we started to do pretty well, and here we are today in the position that I want to be in. I skyrocketed in weight. I think with the smoking weed, the partying, the drinking, and everything like that, it kept me at a solid 170, and I was weighed in at the competition for bodybuilding at 161, and I gained 9 pounds in a year and a half, 2 years, right? Not cool. But right when I stopped and sacrificed everything for what I wanted, I skyrocketed up 28 pounds, and filled out pretty well, and here we are today in a position that I really do like to be in. I stopped caring about what people thought about me. I stopped caring about, what the boys would say, like, oh, why don't you come have fun with us anymore? Why aren't you fun anymore? You're so boring, like, oh, you hate your life. I don't, man. I love what I do, and I started doing YouTube, and I stepped out of my comfort zone to talk to the camera. I never wanted to talk to a camera. I hated speaking in front of a camera. That's why I did my Instagram with, just motivational stuff, so I didn't have to speak. And here we are on YouTube, stepping out of my comfort zone, and, blessed that I have the platform to be able to do this, blessed that I have a camera to be able to do this, and, so I just want you guys to take that into account, that the advice on the day is sacrifice for what you want, because if you do not, then what you want becomes the sacrifice. And, success is a very, very bumpy road, but if you're willing to travel down it, at the end of the road, it's going to be worth it. It's definitely going to be worth it. I'm on that bumpy road right now, man. It's not like I have everything that I want, right? I post 5 times a week, work really, really hard on YouTube. I do 3 times a day on Instagram. I do TikTok every day. And I'm not going to say that this is like a very tough job, because it's what I love to do. I don't get paid for this. I don't get paid for anything. I got paid like for a month or 2 on Instagram, and I thought that was it, that was the world. And then God decided to take that away from me because I wasn't grateful for it, and that's what I believe. And so then I started YouTube, and now here we are. We have 1,890 of you subscribed, which is freaking awesome. You guys have no idea how much that means to me, but we're gonna keep going. And I'm gonna keep traveling down this bumpy road of being the outcast and being myself, because when I was younger, I didn't dream of being a drug addict and a vape addict and this and that and a partier and a drinker. I told my parents I would never do that stuff. I dreamed of being somebody that motivated people across the world. I didn't go through high school or middle school and listen to just regular music. I listened to motivational speeches. I was sitting in the classroom listening to motivational speeches, trying to study and learn how to be like them. And here we are today. 191,000 people, inspired on Instagram. We got 49,000 people inspired on TikTok, and 1,890 of you subscribed to the YouTube. If I told my younger self that, he'd probably laugh at me, But at the same time, he knew deep down in his heart that he was meant for something like that. And I'm not anybody that's perfect. I don't ever want you to think that, because I've had my struggles, I've had my tribulations, and the only reason that I'm here and where I am today is because of Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. That is it. And I just want you guys to understand that. A lot of people like to say you can do this alone. I don't agree with that. You know, of course I've done everything alone, but I've never been alone. Jesus has always been on my right shoulder, holding me and, you know, carrying me through it. I'm just rowing the boat and he's steering. So, yeah, I think it's a very important lesson is just sacrifice. What sacrifices are you willing to make in order to live the life that you want to live? Because if it's none, then you're not going to go anywhere. You have to live uncomfortably for a while. And that's all I got for you today. Really do appreciate you guys tuning in. I do hope you guys learned something from these videos. I try very, very hard on these videos. You know, I record them myself, I edit them myself, I produce everything myself. I don't ask anybody for help. The only person that's helping me is Jesus Christ, and that's it. So that's all I got for you. I just hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. We're gonna make it there, I promise you guys. Just gonna keep posting. A lot of you ask me all the time, your videos are really good, Michael, like why don't you get more views? I have no idea, man. I really don't know. But again, I don't wanna be like those other YouTubers that are scripting and, you know, I'm gonna go travel around with girls and show you guys parties and this and that. No, I'm gonna show you guys the real hard work that it's gonna take for you to get to where you wanna go. So, that's just me. But I will see you guys next time.